want to go over what our vision is and where we're going. I first want to apologize because I feel like I've been very small-minded. Like I've been in a growth mindset, but I haven't been in a scaling mindset. And so I want our company to scale, not just to grow. And they actually are two separate things.
Our original plan to grow was getting different offices and just keep setting up storefront after storefront. Our plan was just to keep growing more and more offices. And every time we opened a new office, we had to do this huge build out. We had to sign a new 5-year lease. We had to find the managing partner to recruit for that location. We had to find a BOA. We had to buy furniture. It was just a really long process to get that office up and running. This growth is like Blockbuster grew until Netflix came on the scene and started to take over. The growth of Netflix is the type of growth that we want.
And what we're finding more and more is that agents want to do most of their work remotely out in the field, and clients would rather meet at their own home or at a closest Starbucks, whatever's closest to them, rather than coming into our offices. So for us, for our future plan is to scale, which will allow us to grow.
We are seeing more and more companies move from sole brick and mortar models to a virtual model similar to EXP. We want to take parts of these different models and put them together so we can have the absolute best model for you, our agents. You know, what I love about it is that in their locations, they're able to do everything virtually with no office space. But
what I don't like is that they have one broker for the state, they have limited leadership to help you grow, and they offer no administrative support or any leads or appointments.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make some tweaks. That's tweaks, not twerks, people. We're gonna have 3 hub offices. We're gonna have Barrett Street, we're gonna have Indian River, and we're gonna have one in Newport News. When Chesapeake's lease expires, they're just gonna be moving 3 miles down the road to the Kempsville office on Indian River. And when Laskin expires, they're just gonna move 1 mile down the road to Barrett Street. And we're gonna add the one hub to Newport News. But from now on, as we grow, we're not gonna be purchasing any more brick and mortar stores. Every single process that we have has to work virtually so you can work anywhere. So for instance, if you're in the Laskin office now, you'll eventually be referred to as Pod 1. Newport News, you're Pod 2, Chesapeake, Pod 3, Kempsville, Pod 4. The same way as you're all 1, all 2, all 3, all 4. What does this mean for you? You're gonna have your same managers, your same admin support, your same brokers. We're gonna start putting things in a central hub so that you can start to work virtually. We're gonna be scaling our system so that almost everything can be done virtually, from onboarding an agent to having your one-on-one. So when you go to upload your listing, you don't have to worry about having just one admin. We're gonna make our support staff like Uber, where you'll click on a button to upload your new listing or your contract, and it's gonna send it out to all of the admin, and someone will accept it and process it for you. We'll have all of our BOAs in our office hubs, but we're gonna be adding a VOA, a virtual office assistant, to add to our more scalable model. So if someone were to move to Florida, instead of hiring a full-time BOA for that area, they'll hire a VOA that will work the transactions, and they'll get paid every time they process a contract or a listing. That pod leader will be responsible for finding an agent, someone like an agent who might wanna make some extra money, who doesn't mind doing admin tasks. And speaking of that, if you're a current agent with us and you'd be interested in making a little bit of extra money as a part-time VOA, reach out to one of the MPs and find out how you can get on board. The new pod leaders or managing partners, they're gonna get paid a percentage of company dollar. The new managing brokers, as they come on, will be paid a percentage of company dollar. And the VOA is gonna be paid per task. The growth potential for all of them is unlimited. So now you're wondering, how can I lead my own pod? Well, I'm so glad you asked. So we have growth potential for you. So as an agent, when you start recruiting agents outside of our company to bring on, and based on the number of sales that they do, you have the opportunity to increase to a pod leader. Then, after you are a pod leader, based on how many additional recruits that you have and the number of sales that they do, you can then bump up to being a managing partner. And then after being a managing partner, that's where you really start to develop more pod leaders. So based on the number of additional pod leaders you add, agents that you recruit, and the number of sales that they do, then you can become the highest level, which is the MMP, and that's the market managing partner. And every time you increase each level, it increases your earning potential and growth within the company. So for example, Let's say you are getting restationed in the military and you're having to move to Florida. Currently, you'd have to leave our brokerage and go find somewhere else. With this new scaling model, you could still stay with our company and you could start your own pod down there. You don't have to have an office location. You can do everything virtually. It is going to help grow your business no matter where you're located. And just as a reminder, we want our agents to sell at least 4 homes a year, which comes out to be 1 home each rolling quarter. Starting in April 1st, any new agents that come on with our company will have a $50 a month office bill to cover all the awesome technology that we give them. For those of you who are already here with us, we've already went over our new policy. As long as you are closing 1 home every rolling quarter, you have no office bill. But if you have a month where you don't have 1 home closing in that rolling monthly quarter, then you will have just a $50 office bill for that month. So we believe there are 4 things that agents need to sell. You know, we love a good acronym, so we're gonna use the acronym SELL, S-E-L-L. That's support, excellent culture, leads, and leadership. So let's talk about support. You get that admin support to help with your transaction coordination, from listing input to contract closing. You know, they call your sign up for you and pay for the sign to be installed. You know, a lot of these virtual companies, they don't put your listing in. They don't make the MLS changes for you. You have to get your own sign and have somebody put it in for you and install that. You have to hire someone to be your assistant if you're not going to do it yourself. So even though we are going to be switching some of our offices to this virtual model, none of your support's going to change.
Second is an excellent culture. Since we will free up the lease and the utility money, we're going to offer weekly and monthly meetings, but in fun places like Topgolf or Why Not, providing just a more fun and social environment.
Leads. We're going to still be providing the exact same lead service we have. We already have done that virtually. You can accept your leads from anywhere, and that's going to remain exactly the same.
Leadership. The managing partner and managing brokers will still be there to help you answer your questions with your business planning. It'll either just be done Zoom, or it will be done at a fun place like Topgolf or in a back room at a restaurant.
We believe that coming up, more than ever, you're gonna need leads more than you ever have before. As the economy really starts to, we're seeing it now, like interest rates are really, really low. We're gonna have this massive bubble that's going to start to burst, and you're gonna need more leads. And so we're gonna be able to take that money that we're saving on leases and start to put it back in the marketing budget. So we're gonna be able to use that to provide more business to you. All of our training is going to start to happen virtually. They can take all of their training online. They can meet with their managing partner, their managing broker, or their mentors about it, which gets people out in the field faster selling homes. When somebody onboards, even though we are here in Virginia, because we have 3 offices here in Hampton Roads, there will be 0 paper that they will sign. Everything will be done electronically. So there's no paper. We'll literally say, here's the computer, fill out your onboarding paperwork. Same as if we opened the office in Florida. They would onboard on a computer, no paper. Everything we do has to be able to be done virtually. We are so excited about the growth of our company. We are so excited about being able to scale this, to provide, to take some of that money that we were just spending in office space and give it back to you in the forms of really fun culture events, but more importantly, more marketing to bring more leads in to help grow your business so you'll have a really awesome 2020.